Hello, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Pedro Brooks, and I'll be doing a presentation with you all for a strategic planning and policies video for cybersecurity. And we'll be talking about different things pertaining to what technical requirements, also some strategic components of the organization that I am associated with and the long-term success that I plan on having for my organization. I'll outline some vital information for security planning, as well as describing key roles and implementing different efforts that align to the company's missions and obligations. So let's get started. Whenever we communicate formal information or technical information within an environment in cybersecurity, we have to make sure that we have a professional and business outlook whenever we're relaying standards to people. Uh, that means whenever we analyze our audience or simplify complex terms or focusing on risks and all these different all these different terms and jargons that we have in cybersecurity. The key thing is to make sure you have clear communication within your environment. Following a structured process whenever you're getting information from someone, like saying someone writes it down, or uh, if you want to ensure accuracy and professionalism within your business, then you should always have technical documents and presentations ready. And also, whenever people are giving presentations, have visual aids like timelines or flow charts so that people can understand different ways of understanding the content that the person is giving out. So in my notes, I've written down basically a 3 to 5 year plan that can help divide my organization into an operational, tactical, and strategic phase, and basically ensure that my process remains steadily rapid as the company continues to grow. Uh, Commonwealth, Commonwealth uh, it's a health organization. It's a healthcare organization, and it focuses on doing IT within a hospital organization so that we can safeguard the information from patients. But in the first 2 years, the operational focus will be on strengthening the basics from endpoint protection and firewalls and network segmentation. Also, we want to focus on patching and updating systems regularly so that we can make sure that things run smoothly. Beginning employee awareness and phishing simulation programs so that the employees that's working in IT will be prepared for the many problems and can mitigate those problems effectively. And finally, establishing centralized security and monitoring them through SIEM. And these different tools can help any organization, no matter if it's in healthcare or if it's in a government-owned organization, so that it can protect a lot of sensitive data. In the 3 year mark, uh, we'll move to a more tactical focus and start conducting regular vulnerability assessments and penetration testing. Next, we'll be expanding our identity and access management programs so we can manufacture and authenticate role-based access controls. Also, I want to enhance incident responses within the organization and disaster recovery planning within those 2 to 3 years so that we can start having different people within the organization either branch out inside and continue to work within the healthcare system while still having a cybersecurity background or working with other organizations and having their own IT. Finally, in the last 3 to 5 years, we shall focus on transitioning the company to a zero trust architecture so that the company may have a more secure layout for our employees. Also, automating compliance reporting and threat detection using AI tools so that not only do we have employees checking for security, but we also have automated assistances, frameworks like NIST cyber security frameworks or ICO, IEC. And these are basically just different frameworks that we are going to base our cybersecurity methods off of, because I want to make sure that our company has a secure and stable network and that many people can feel safe while leaving us their information. There are key roles to executing this plan. The first is using the Chief Information Security Officer, or the CISO, in order to lead the overall security strategy and report the progress to the executive leadership. The IT team operates and handles configuration management, patching, and day-to-day monitoring of the network. The risk and compliance team ensures that activity aligns within industry standards and legal requirements. Department managers are responsible for enforcing security practices within their teams, while all employees play a part in following the security policies that they are enforcing. Completing training and cybersecurity is truly a responsibility on every single part instead of one singular part. As stated before, from a governance standpoint, we'll be using the NIST frameworks so that we can ensure that accountability and controls are maintained and regular compliance is kept up to par with the company. We want to make sure that our goals are measurable, but also that we take risks while also managing risks and protecting data. As professionals, it's very critical to communicate effectively with different audiences. When presenting to executives, we summarize technical risks in terms of basically potential business impacts, costs, and reputation. So most of the people that's on our team, we communicate through like detailed procedures, logs, and diagrams so that we can have messages tailored to solving problems through the computer, and we can collaborate effectively with our team. Commonwealth's plan is basically just to deliver reliable digital healthcare services and protect patients' data and improve the livelihood of everybody that's inside our hospitals. The system security plan directly supports the mission to protect citizens' data, and we try to ensure that confidentiality and integrity stays up to par in our systems. We try to rely on customer support as well as employee management and compliance related support as well. So allow everybody to maintain trust and resilience with just clear communication, like as we've been saying. A policy, a structure, a standard, a guideline, and a procedure are different things. And it's important to distinguish between policy, standards, guidelines, and procedures. A policy is a high-level rule, and it basically states that, for example, all companies' devices must have an encryption. It's basically a law within your company. A standard is more of a specification and it requires a technical detail, like we will use this, this, and this whenever we use this policy. A guideline offers recommendations like what you should do to follow these rules, and a procedure gives an example on how a guideline is worked out. So it provides exact step-by-step instructions on how to implement the guidelines. Before I get to the end of this video, I just want to say I appreciate the time I spent just talking about the different things that is required within cybersecurity infrastructure, because it takes a lot to understand all this, and I've done a lot of research to make sure that I've gotten a lot of things under control and know just how cybersecurity, virtual infrastructure, or healthcare infrastructure is supposed to work. So the last thing that we'll talk about is the choice of framework and how much does it matter. So since our company, Commonwealth, chose NIST, and it's often the most adaptable framework by providing different categories like identifying and protecting systems and responding to different threats that happen to your system. It's pretty common for organizations to align their security programs and frameworks to NISTs. So we're trying to ensure that every security effort that we put in place supports the business's goal. To end this video off, I just wanted to say that cybersecurity it's not about technology, it's about reputation, a business's trust, and the continuity that you have with your employees as well as your customers. You have to implement different plans for your organization and talk and communicate with your coworkers so that you know exactly what's happening and what's going on at all times. You have to ensure that your systems remain resilient and that data remains protected. But you can make sure that all of this coincides together as long as you have clear standards worked out from day one, like how NIST sets out clear standards for their own organization. Thank you, and I appreciate y'all.